Shabbat Shalom, brothers from GMS Chicago, coming at you again with another quick sit down through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemir Shai. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all you Achim around the world who preaching this gospel in truth and in sincerity and with charity. Spirit hopped on us, we just gonna go into this little lesson about how this word is food, and how false philosophy is also considered food as well, So we're just gonna get into it. I'm gonna start off with Jeremiah 23. It says, "Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. Therefore thus saith the Lord, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith the Lord." And how is they feeding the flock of the Lord? First and foremost, the flock of the Lord is the Israelites, And how is they feeding them? It says, verse 2 again, "Therefore thus saith the Lord, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people." The Lord got a, what did it say, have a controversy in another scripture? That's what you hold?
Bro, that's bugged out. That just fucked me up.
Go ahead, bro.
You see my face? The Spirit is amazing, man.
God.
It's Hosea 4:1. "Hear the word of Yahweh, you children of Israel. For Yahweh had the controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land."
Exactly. So these false pastors is feeding you lies, man. That's how is you scattering the flock, because you've been preached to false doctrine. These 501c3 pastors, which is every street corner, which is every church that's on the street corner, which is Nate Satan's church, IUIC, which is General fucking Dude, which is ISUPK, All these are 501c3s, man. They got a covenant with the government, man, with Esau, man. So it's certain things that they can teach and they can't teach,
Yes, there's actually this whole little section it goes in on that. I'm gonna read verse 1 again, start over. "Hear the word of Yahweh, Hosea 4:1. "Hear the word of Yahweh, you children of Israel, for the Lord hath the controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood touches blood."
Yep. And how you do all that, man? You doing that literally and physically, but all that spiritually as well, man. You committing adultery, how? Because you worshiping these other gods, man. You're not worshiping the true power, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And literally what's going on in these churches, man. You got the pastor popping the deacon's wife and shit, man.
"Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. Yet let no man strive, nor reprove another, for thy people are as they that strive with the priests." That's what we deal with every fucking Saturday. Hell, when we upload the videos, it's gonna be a shitload of fucking Israelites, whether they know it or not, the Israelites. Shitload of Jake on the comment board scoffing. Out there in the streets, Jake fucking scoffing, striving against the priests, man.
Yep.
"Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother." That's that great falling away, man. You lost every fucking thing. Alright, and to this day, niggas can't get right. "My people I destroy for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. And thou shalt be no more priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. As they will increase, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. They eat up the sin of my people, and they set their heart on their iniquity." Because that's big business, man. The pastor teaching y'all the shit y'all want to hear, letting y'all know y'all can do any fucking thing. That's big business, man. They eating off that shit. They eating up y'all iniquity, man. They getting paid off your fucking sins. Okay, hell, even the rappers, cause really they your leaders too, man. They your fucking leaders right now. Motherfuckers look up to them. Who said? He said, damn, what's the song? He said, I think it was Kanye. He said something. I think he said Tupac was the role model. Somebody who was rapping in the song.
No, I don't know. I don't know, but shit, each and every last one of them call themselves idols, though, man. You know,
that's true. I'm trying to think. Fuck it don't matter. He said he was rapping about the struggles as a young nigga. You know how the mom and daddy did, so you look up to certain rappers and shit. So guess what? What are y'all talking about? Stealing, adultery. They break out in blood, touches blood, man.
Yep.
All right. And there shall be like people, like priests, and I will punish them for their ways and reward them for their doings. For they shall eat and not have enough. They shall commit whoredom and shall not increase, because they have left off to take heed to Yahweh. That's why it says, for they shall eat and not have enough. That goes back to Isaiah, when it talks about, it tells you come ye and buy without money. Then it says, why do you pay for that which is not bread? Because they getting, you know, they got the book of life in their hand. You know, they got the truth. They got the bread of life in their hand. Guess what? They're not really eating it. They're not really eating it, man. They're getting false doctrine, man. They getting truths mixed with lies, which is just a lie.
Yep.
So they eating but not getting enough, man. That table is a snare to them. They fucking bread is defiled. They drinking the sour grape, man. Biting the sour grape. Whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart. That's their fucking doctrine they're going through. Alright, I'm going to skip down to 18 because it says this. Their drink is sour, they have committed whoredom continually. Her rulers with shame do love. Give ye. But remember, read that over. Their drink is sour, they have committed whoredoms continually. Her rulers with shame do love. Give ye. And that love doctrine right there lets you know that love doctrine is a doctrine of whoredoms, man. For one, it's out of balance. And two, all it teaches is if you love your child, let him do what he want to do. If you want to be a faggot, it doesn't matter because you love him no matter what. No, that's not fucking love. That's actually hatred. Mm-hmm. According to the law, that's hatred because you let him do what he want to do instead of trying to get his ass right.
Yep.
All right?
Yep, because it's a law which says thou shalt not suffer sin upon thy brother, man.
Right, so it starts off, says hate him not. It says hate your brother not in your heart.
Yep.
So don't suffer the sin upon him. Exactly. So if you letting the sin dwell on him, that's hatred. That's not love, man. That's fucking hatred. But hey, Israel, my people love to have it so.
Yep.
What was the first one we started with? Jeremiah just finished that?
The 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, the third, because the third verse goes into
Okay, I'm just checking.
Okay.
I got if you got
if you got something, go ahead.
You got what you got?
I was on Genesis with Eve.
Oh, okay. Well, let me hit this. This goes back to these people that's feeding the flock wrong, man. That's not feeding the flock. They're giving them bread. Why do you pay for that which is not bread? Mm-hmm. So they not eating, man. They're eating GMO doctrine, man.
Yep.
This is Ezekiel 34. I'm going to start at 2. Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel, and says to them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh unto the shepherds. Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks? Ye eat the fat, and ye clothe you with the wool. Ye kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock. Right, man. They getting themselves rich, man. They getting paid, man. They fucking being lords over the Most High's heritage, man. They shutting that door to them. But ultimately, that's because Yahweh shot it open it. Because if you opened it, no man can shut it. So they was destined to that judgment, that condemnation. The disease have you not strengthened, neither have you healed that which was sick, neither have you bound up that which was broken, neither have you brought again that which was driven away, neither have you sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have ye ruled them. And they were scattered because there was no shepherd, and they became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered. So they basically became weak, man. That's why these niggas fall into every trap these damn heathens set up for their ass, man. That's why they call themselves African American, calling themselves motherfucking Rastafari, calling it's motherfuckers Islam, okay, the Asiatic black man, Moors, the ancient Egyptians, Kemet. Shit, hell, you got motherfuckers that get into that motherfucking Buddha shit. Fucking black ass niggas talking about some hardcore Buddhists. Stupid motherfucker. All my sheep wandered through all the mountains and upon every high hill. Yea, my flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them. Therefore, ye shepherds, which that goes into the fact that the Gentiles in the New Testament were Israelite foreigners, man. Just to put that out there. Therefore, ye shepherds, hear the word of Yahweh. As I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, surely because my flock became a prey, my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd. Because you guys are being hirelings, man.
Yep.
So you allow them to get eaten by the fucking wolf.
Yep.
Okay, this goes to John the 10th chapter. Neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherds fed themselves and fed not my flock. Therefore, O ye shepherds, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against the shepherds and will require my flock at their hand, and cause them to cease from feeding the flock. So there you go, man. You feeding them them lies, man, which ain't feeding them at all, but you getting fucking fed. You getting paid off that shit, man. You growing. You got the fucking so-called black church has made billions over these years and have put nothing back to the communities, man.
Yep.
They got a goddamn TV show back. These motherfuckers living good and rich, man. Yeah, motherfuckers in the congregation poor as hell.
Yep.
Can't pay their fucking rent. They can't get no help from the fucking pastor. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I am against the shepherds. Now I require my flock at their hand and cause them to cease from feeding the flock. Neither shall the shepherds feed themselves anymore, for I will deliver my flock from their mouth, that they may not be meat for them.
And that let you know that shit is wickedness, man. You know, hey, all you church motherfuckers like to say New Testament, New Testament, New Testament, man. Hey, ain't it written in Acts, man, that they all had everything common? Huh? Why don't y'all do that at the church, man? Why don't the pastor and every last one of the members put in everything that everybody own, man? Why don't everybody have everything common, man? You know, if one member suffer, they all suffer, man. All that's in the New Testament. What about that, man?
All right.
You know, and basically all this goes back to the false doctrine that the serpent, you know, which is the same spirit that's in Esau Edom, you know, that he gave to Eve, man. You know, the covenant that she made with the fucking white man, which is the same as you niggas doing. This is Genesis 3, and I'm gonna start at 3. It says, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. For Yahweh doeth know that in the day, that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. You know? In fact, I'm going to keep reading. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons. You know, they knew that they was naked. They knew they fucked up, man. You know, that's what that's saying, man.
Or they didn't know shit. They were ashamed.
Yep.
They realized they didn't know shit. They was dumb, basically, man. Cause they got wisdom of the world. They took the wisdom of the world and ate it, which is lies. Basically, like Polite, man. Basically, how Polite got all this fucking knowledge and shit about certain stuff in Egypt and all this fucking so-called quantum physics, and he understands certain sciences and shit. But guess what? It's a lot of lies mixed in that shit because it came from the serpent's mouth, man. the poison of the poison of asp.
Yep.
All right. So of course he feel wise like shit, but he's really naked. He's really fucking naked, and he covered himself with fucking leaves by putting on that Egyptian shit.
Yep.
Put on another's culture.
Or like the brother mentioned earlier, man. All you other niggas, man. Or you putting on Buddhism, or you putting on Muslim, you know, or you calling yourself a Moor, you know, or I'm Baptist, I'm Methodist, I'm Catholic, man.
Mm-hmm.
All those is different fig leaves, man, sold together, man. This is Hosea 10 and 13. It says, matter of fact, I'm going to start at 12. It says, sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy. Break up your fallow ground, for it is time to seek the Lord till he come and rain righteousness upon you. You know, so it says, sow to yourselves in righteousness. What does righteousness mean, man? Doing right. What is doing right? The law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, returning to your heritage, you know, returning to your power, the only true power, Yahweh Shem Yahweh, you know. And it says break up the fallow ground, you know. You got to break up all that bullshit you learned, man. You know, that's why it says sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy, break up your fallow ground, you know, because you got to, a lot of times, most of the parables that the Lord give in the scriptures is talking about plowing and sowing, you know. So when you breaking up that ground, you breaking up all that bullshit that you learned, man, and you dropping seeds of truth in there, you know, so that truth can grow and spread in your mind. It says, for it is time to seek Yahweh till he come and rain righteousness upon you. Verse 13, ye have plowed wickedness, ye have reaped iniquity, ye have eaten the fruit of lies, you know. That's the same thing Eve ate. She ate the fruit of lies, and that's the same thing that the pastors, so-called pastors, these so-called fake Israelite groups, you know what I'm saying, feeding you now, man. You know, you getting fed the fruit of lies, you know. It says, because thou didst trust in thy way in the multitude of thy mighty men, you know. You was leaning to your own understanding, man. And not to the understanding of these scriptures, man. You know? You gotta, yeah. I hit the Hosea. I guess we can, what is Isaiah 55:1?
That's what I just quoted. By
Oh, okay, yep.
It's Isaiah 55:1. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price.
Yep. And it's talking about this truth, man.
Come.
You know? It's talking about buy wine and milk without money. You know what I'm saying? The scripture said, matter of fact, I believe it's in here. We're gonna get to it. It's more enough.
Okay. Wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness.
You know, eat ye that which is good, which is talking about this truth, man. The right doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yahweh being taught the correct way. You know, that's how you eat that which is good. You know, and matter of fact, that's the perfect time to jump back into Jeremiah 23. It's Jeremiah 23:3. You grab Jeremiah 3:15.
Come.
It says Jeremiah 23:3. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them. I was going to say Israelite foreigners.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and will bring them again to their foes, and they shall be fruitful and increase. You know, and what's their foes, man? It's this truth. Coming back into their heritage of knowing who they are, man. Who their power is, man. You know? It says, verse 4, and I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord. And who are these shepherds that's feeding the flock, man? First and foremost, it starts off with the apostles and elders, a great millstone, man. It says your teacher shall not be removed into a corner anymore, man. Those are your shepherds that's feeding you, man. The correct way, man. You know?
That told us the name, man. Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
The Heavenly Father and His Holy Son, man. Hey, that right there is something you can't pay for that. Like you can't pay no money for that, man.
Yep.
The fuck? What is Jeremiah?
Okay.
It's Jeremiah 3:15. Now I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Right, which was the same thing in Jeremiah 23. You know? Can you read that again, Baba Kashan?
Come. And I will give you pastors according to my heart.
According to the Lord's mind, man. You know? Because it's in the New Testament. It says, who have known the mind of the Lord, but we have the mind of Yahweh Shai, man. And Yahweh Shai said it himself. Me and my Father are one, meaning they on one accord. They have one mind, man. You know, Paul said it again that that you may know the mystery of the will of the Most High, man. You know?
I got the 1 Corinthians for you too.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's 1 Corinthians 2:16. Who have known the mind of Yahweh, he may instruct him. We have the mind of Yahweh Shai.
Right. You know? And Yahweh Shai came and he said it, man. He said, all things that I have learned of my Father, I have revealed them unto you. You know? So we're doing the things that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has commanded us to do. We know the right things to do, man. Because they written. You know? Romans 15:4, the things that are written aforetime are written for your learning. You know? Through faith and patience of the scriptures, we might have hope, man. This is our comfort, man. This is how the scripture says, give diligence to make thy calling and election sure. How do you do that, man? By staying in this, man. You know? By everything you learn in these scriptures, applying it to your life, you know? As best as possible. You got something else?
No, that was it on that.
You grab Proverbs 9:1?
Okay. This is Proverbs 9:1. Wisdom hath builded her house, she hath hewn out her 7 pillars.
Mm-hmm.
She hath kindled her beast, she hath mingled her wine, she hath also furnished her table.
Exactly. You know, and that goes back to the buy milk and wine without money, man. This said wisdom mingled her wine. This is wisdom. You know, wisdom is compared to food, it's compared to milk, it's compared to honey, it's compared to wine. You know what I'm saying? Is this knowledge, man? You know? Go ahead.
She hath sent forth her maidens. She cried upon the highest places of the city.
And she sent forth her maidens, man. Who are those, man? Who are those, man? Those maidens is the men of Great Millstone. You know, the men who's preaching this truth 100%, man. You know. Scripture says, study to show thyself approved, rightly dividing the word of truth, man. When you look up that word rightly, it says correctly and directly, man. Only certain men is doing that, man. Teaching this truth directly and correctly. You know? Starting first with the apostles, and it was a great millstone, trickling on down, man. You know?
Whoso is simple, let him turn it hither. As for him that wanted to understand, she said to him, come, eat of my bread and drink of the wine which I have mingled.
Exactly, man, which is this truth. You know?
Forsake the foolish and live and go in the way of understanding.
Yep. You grab Proverbs 10:21.
It's Proverbs 10:21. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom.
Exactly, you know, and the point is the lips of the righteous feed many, you know. Matter of fact, I got it right here. This is Matthew 4, and I'm gonna get to the point. In 3, it says, and when the tempter came to him and said, if thou be the Son of the Most High, command that these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, it is written, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High, man. You know? And brothers that's in the know, you know, that's in this truth, that's in the circle, every time we get together and we go over scriptures, we call it what? We breaking bread, man. We're eating, man. You know, this is our food, man. We need it, man. You need this to stay nourished, man. It's like how you eat your daily meal every day. You need to deal in this every day, man, to stay nourished, to stay sustained, man.
This is Sirach 15:1. He that feareth Yahweh will do good. He that hath the knowledge of the law. Slack. I'll start that over. Sirach 15:1. He that feareth Yahweh will do good, and he that hath the knowledge of the law shall obtain her, which is wisdom. So clearly, well, first and foremost, you should know by now the law is wisdom. Deuteronomy the 4th chapter. Okay, so to obtain wisdom, you got to be dealing the law. So the law is not done away with.
Yep.
And as a mother shall she meet him and receive him as a wife married of a virgin. With the bread of understanding shall she feed him and give him the water of wisdom to drink. All right, man should not live off bread alone, man.
Yep.
By the word of the Most High. Okay, this is the true bread, the bread of life.
Yep.
Yahweh Shai, the word of the Most High.
Yep.
And for that matter, the prophets are the mouthpiece of the Most High. So what they doing, they speaking Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
That's our fucking job, man, is to feed the flock, Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
Okay, so our lips should always be speaking Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
Yep. Because that's the good food, man. You know, that's that good wine, man. Matter of fact.
Why you get them finishes last? Let's get off. He shall be stayed upon her and shall not be moved, and shall rely upon her and shall not be confounded, man. So you're gonna trust in this thing. You're gonna trust in wisdom. You're gonna have faith in Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. You're gonna believe this thing that you went to. You won't be moved, man. You ain't gonna be tossed to various doctrines. All right, lean on your own understanding. Okay. What is it on that?
Okay. This is Matthew 9. No, that ain't the one I want. Salachia. This is I don't think I put it on there.
What you looking for?
When Yahushua turned the water into wine.
Oh, it's in John.
Then it is on there. John 2.
That sounds about right. It's early on.
Yeah. I was thinking it was in Matthew. Okay. Yeah, I'm there. It says, I'm going to get straight to the point. This is John 2:8. And he said unto them, draw out now and bear unto the governor of the feast. And they bare it. When the ruler of the feast had tasted the water that was made wine, and knew not whence it was, but the servants which drew the water knew, the governors of the feast called the bridegroom, and saith unto him, every man at the beginning doeth set forth good wine, and when men have well drunk them, and then when men have well drunk, then that which is worse. But thou hast kept the good wine until now. You know? And that's symbolic of this truth. Yahweh Shem Yahushua have kept this good wine now, man. Because the ancient men didn't have this understanding we have now, man. You know, Yahushua said there was many kings and prophets who have desired to know what you knew, man. So we have this good wine now, man. That the Lord preserved for last, you know?
And also, that goes back to the hireling thing. Because everybody before now was hirelings. The Lord was waiting to the end to really start raising us up, man. So you guys swept away with the motherfucking Black Panther movement. Or swept away with the equality shit.
Yep.
Swept away with other false Rainbow Operation Rainbow Push bullshit. The FOI, is it FOI? No.
No, FOI is firearms owner.
No, I said it wrong. fucking Islam, the Islam shit, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know, the IOF, some bullshit, whatever the fuck they call themselves. Fucking acronym it is. But anyway, you got swept away with that shit. That was that Ireland, man. That was before the good wine was placed here. That was a good little point there. It was a great point, actually.
I like John, boy, I'm tripping.
What you need?
If you can grab me Matthew 9.
This is Matthew's, the 9th chapter.
And start at 17.
9 and 17. Neither do men put new wine in old bottles, else the bottles break, and the wine runneth out.
Exactly. Now, where are the bottles? In the scripture, and it says new wine, man. You know, because that's that good wine that's coming back. You know, and don't get stupid, man. That word new in the Greek, I'm pretty sure it's kainos, which means refresh, man. You know, so we got the refreshed wine, man, being put in new bottles, man. You know, because when the apostles and elders got this was young men. It's very rarely, and it happens though, that an old man will receive this truth. You know, so you can look through the camps. You know, we got, you know, hoary heads in the camp, but it's very rare though. You know. But our bodies are the bottles, man, and this truth is the wine being put in it, you know. And I have I got another example of Jeremiah 23 with the wicked pastors, you know, because they was doing that back during the time of Yahushua as well. This is Matthew 16, and I'm gonna start at 5. It says, and when his disciples were come to the other side, they had forgotten to take bread. Then Yahushua said unto them, take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, it is because we have taken no bread. Which when Yahushua perceived, he said unto them, O ye of little faith, why reason ye among yourselves, because ye have brought no bread? Do ye not yet understand, neither remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000, and how many baskets ye took up? Neither the 7 loaves of the 4,000, and how many baskets ye took up? How is it that ye do not understand that I spake it not to you concerning bread, that ye should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees? Then understood they how that he bade them not beware of the leaven of bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. You know, which these men is back, man. You know, Pharisees and Sadducees, man. They, to tell you the truth, I believe Sadducees is you fucking GOCC niggas with your bugged out, not believing in reincarnation doctrine bullshit. And the Pharisees, you fucking IUIC niggas, man. Law. Dumb niggas, man. I'm saying I'm holding Ezekiel already. You know, because we are to eat this, man. You know, the correct doctrine. This is Ezekiel 3:1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. You know, and what's the roll? It's talking about these scriptures. You know, how do we eat it? By reading and by taking it in. You know, can you get Mark 7:14? It's verse 2. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. You know? So when we go out there and we prophesy, we're not speaking our own words, man. We're speaking the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know, every time we do these sit downs and post ups or stand ups and when we camp, you know, when we speak to each other, you know what I'm saying? We speaking the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. You know, so we're eating this roll, man. We eating the honey, you know. And
7:14. Oh,
before that, if you could grab Proverbs 25:16.
This is Proverbs 25 and 16. It's like 17. It is not good. What? Wait, you want 16? Yeah, 16.
Yeah, 16.
Okay, I was looking at 26 and 27 because it's the other one about the honey. It's Proverbs 25:16. Hast thou found honey? Eat so much as is sufficient for thee, lest thou be filled therewith and vomited.
Right. You know, which is talking about these scriptures, man. You know, you eat so much as sufficient for thee. You know what I'm saying? Paul said the race is not given to the swift or to the mighty. You know, this is built on a marathon. You pace yourself, you know. Don't try to consume this whole thing because, hey, you will throw up. You know, you gotta set a, what's the word I'm looking for?
Pace.
You gotta set a pace, you know. You gotta.
That's the Ecclesiastes. Does race not given to the swift or the battle to the mighty?
Kind, the water.
Yeah, that's all, brother.
So I was thinking about marathon with and
who runs all kind. I know just thinking that's for that camera, you know.
Yeah. Edification sake.
For my sake, because I gotta go edit it.
Kind. If you grab that other one you was that you was looking at too.
This is Mark 7:14.
No, the one in Proverbs, the other one.
Oh, It's Proverbs 25:27. It is not good to eat much honey, so for men to search their own glory, it is not glory.
Yep. And this one in Proverbs 24:13. It says, "My son, eat thou honey because it is good, and the honeycomb which is sweet to the taste. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul when thou hast found it. Then there shall be a reward, and thy expectation shall not be cut off." You know, which is continuing in the things that thou hast learned, being assured of whom thou hast learned of, man. You know. And it's another one real fast. This Proverbs 27:7. It says, "The full soul loatheth a honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing is sweet." You know, so when we first coming into this truth, we hearing brothers so-called cursing. You know, you hear about the so-called rape doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Niggas bugged out and they don't even understand that. You know, so you know, these bitter things are sweet to us, man. Once we hear it, because we understand it, the Lord opened our minds to it. You know, but to a fool soul, it's loathsome. You know, he not gonna hear it. He not gonna take it.
It's Sirach 24:18. I am the mother of fair love and fear and knowledge and holy hope. I therefore being eternal and given to all my children which are named of him. Come unto me, all ye that be desirous of me, and fill yourselves with my fruits. For my memorial, now remember we read about the fruit that Eve took. This is talking about fruit of righteousness here.
Oh.
All right, like you read earlier, but sowing to yourself righteousness. All right, so you're the fruit of righteousness, man. This word, man. You know a tree by its fruits. For my memorial is sweeter than honey, and mine inheritance than the honeycomb. They that eat me shall yet be hungry, and they that drink me shall yet be thirsty. He that obeyeth me shall never be confounded, and they that work by me shall not do amiss. All these things are in the book of the covenant of the Most High Power, even the law which Moses commanded for an heritage unto the congregations of Jacob. Which let you know this thing is only given to Israelites, man.
Yep.
Okay? That's who can get this honey. All right? That's who can get the bread of life. All right? This truth. And that's who we are here to feed, man. The elect of Israel.
Yep. This is Proverbs 13:2. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of transgressors shall eat violence. You know? And like I said in the previous Proverbs, I believe, the lips of the righteous feed many, you know? So it's the fruit that's being pushed out, you know? We eat the fruit and then we serve the fruit, you know, that right back, you know? Because we servants to you, Akim, that's watching these videos, you know? We servants to when we go out there on the highways and byways, man. This is in, you got something else?
No. What's your name?
You get the Mark 7.
Okay. This is Mark 7:14.
And this is a scripture that the church get confused a lot, man. You know, because they try to use this scripture and say that you can eat whatever.
Yeah, you eat swine and shit.
You know, which that's not what that's talking about. You know.
And when he had, this is Mark 7:14. And when he had called all the people unto him, he said unto them, Hearken unto me every one of you, and understand. There is nothing from without a man that entereth into him can defile him.
Mm-hmm.
But the things which come out of him, those are they that defile the man. If any man have ears to hear, let him hear. And when he was entered into the house from the people, his disciples asked him concerning the parable. And he said unto them, Are ye so without understanding also? Do you not perceive that whatsoever thing from without entering into the man, it cannot defile him? Because it entereth not into his heart, but into the belly, and goeth down to the draught.
Exactly. You know, and that's letting you know right there that that's not talking about literal food, man. It says there's anything that's from without a man cannot defile him, man. You know, certain brothers study the Quran and they study certain things just to be able to cut that shit. You know, don't once it's being defiled, you know, is when they start teaching it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't what goes in that defiles the man, it's what comes out. So once they start teaching and believing on that shit, then that's what defiles them, man. You know? So that's why it says it's enter not into the heart, which is talking about your mind. It don't go into your mind, man. You know that shit bullshit. So once you take it in, man, that shit goes into the belly and into the drought. You shit that shit right out, you know? What?
And he said, That which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man. For from within, out of the heart of man proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
Exactly. You know, which lets you know it's not talking about food, man. Which lets you know that it's being that this knowledge, you know, whether wicked knowledge or this righteous knowledge is compared to food when you take it in.
Right, and that first part, even still going back to literally eating something concerning food. Swine is not food. All right, the unlawful meats are never counted as food anyway. So when he was even saying that, as far as on the literal part of the parable, you know, swine and shit was never counted anyway as food. All right.
Con. Let's see what this John 6 say. Right, this is John 6. I'm started 26. Let me get to the point. This is 27. It says, Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him hath the Most High the Father sealed. You know? In the meat he was talking about that lasts to everlasting life is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know? Which letting you know that, man, hey, this is good food that we eating, you know? I guess we can close it on Luke 14.
Okay.
Yeah, we can close it on Luke 14. You can start at 16.
Okay. This is Luke 14 and 16. Then said he unto him, A certain man made a great supper and bade many, and sent his servant at supper time to say to them that were bidden, Come, for all things are now ready. And they all with one consent began to make excuse. The first said to him, I have bought a piece of ground, and I have must needs, and I must needs go and see it. I pray thee have me excused. And another said, I have bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I go to prove them. I pray thee have me excused. And another said, I have married a wife, and therefore I cannot come. So that servant came and showed his lord these things. That the master of the house, being angry, said to his servant, Go out quickly into the streets and lanes of the city, and bring hither the poor and the maimed, and the halt and the blind.
Yep. You know, and that's talking about going to the highways and byways, man. You know, then Yahweh Shah commands to go out and heal the lepers and the sick and the lame, the blind. You know, how do you heal them? By giving them the truth. Because before we knew who we was, man, we were blind, we were lamed. You know, we were sick. You know. Go ahead.
And the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room.
And you see the what's the word, analogy? You see the analogy that it's using, man. Bid to the supper. Come eat. You know, come eat, you know.
And the Lord said to the servant, go out to the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled.
Yep, and that's what we do, you know. Every week we go out, man. You know. Us brothers out here, we go out on Saturday, you know what I'm saying? And some other brothers go out on Sunday, and whichever other days that the other brothers go out on, you know. We going out to bid them to the marriage, man. To come to the supper, you know.
For I say unto you that none of those men which are bidden shall taste of my supper.
Yep. Many are called, but few are chosen, man. You know. So with that, man, you know, it was a quick little sit down, the spirit that gave us. Lord willing, hope through the spirit that you brothers was edified, you know. I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And salutations to all you brothers who preaching the truth, the right doctrine, directly and correctly, you know, with sincerity and with charity. Shalom.